The way that I see too is like, it's nice to have the physical thing, but to me a sketch is a sketch, whatever it is. You can do a sketch that's stable, you can do a sketch with eraser, you can do a digital sketch. It is a sketch, is like an idea. It's kind of a reference to me to kind of keep in my brain what I'm seeing, because if I just seeing it, it's sometimes difficult to just keep it like solid in your brain.
Okay.
I brought a few, kind of in chronological order, I guess. I can start with this one. Yeah, this one, it's a really old sketchbook. That's when I was working with animation way back ago, 2000, I think that 8 or something. Trying to study, how things would move and expressions and, mainly in characters, doing stuff that I was looking at that time. Yeah, and then I can go on and show you more things.
Yeah,
I think what was interesting that I brought is like how it changed throughout these years. That's why I really tried to bring in kind of old ones. Yeah, this one I was really, worried about how they would look to my sketchbook. It's something that I still have.
Mm-hmm.
How people would react when you show a sketchbook. Like, does it look like sketchbook or does it look like an art book? And I was really, worried, I guess, to show just sketches and not, like finished pieces or, you can see that I spend a lot of time on these things, and I don't know if I can call this a sketchbook. I think that in this part maybe there was exploring a bit like composition. I was taking pictures and trying to, do the frames in kind of my style at that time. Every time it's kind of something that really, I think that shows what I like, this graphic and more simple shapes and stuff. I mean, it's not a sketch, right? Like a sketch is something quick. When I look at this, I know that I spend more time than I should, because I could tell this composition, way faster and way simpler. Probably it's like my personality showing through. Like, I don't want to show stuff that is unfinished.
So you were thinking about the others, not yourself.
Exactly, yeah, and you can see that. It's difficult to not compare yourself with others. You just can't fall on that trap, I guess. So that was, you keep remember yourself that you have your own way of look at things. At the beginning I was analyzing too much the technique, and I think that is important. But I like a lot of artists that the technique's not the main thing, So that's what I was working with commercials, doing a lot of live drawing, and you're gonna see a lot of this stuff, I think, on the others too. We had before we started working, we had every Friday a live drawing session, and this is from I think the Stephen Silver app, something like that. Trying to figure out gesture, poses or character. Composition, because I was doing storyboarding at that time too, so I was really trying to get that kind of fast way to communicate. Some of them I did the marker first and then I did the drawing after. Some of them I did the drawing first and then I block in the shapes after. So I was really trying to experiment with a lot of ways of doing stuff. But yeah, it's kind of more of the same character and life drawing. This one, I think it's about the same time. And this one I didn't, I started some of them and I still have a lot of pages to go through. This one I was working with, again, commercials and doing a lot of boarding, and I was studying, this is airport sketches, but I was studying Hitchcock at that time, like how he would frame the scene. and I was kind of taking notes like how the composition works, where he puts texture, where it's not. So it's mainly a sketch to remember me and try to break out his process, and that helped me a lot with boarding too, composition and storytelling that I could apply to my stuff after. Now on the work I can study, you know, I can see these things being made in real time, which is amazing, you know, like see what lens they are choosing, what like kind of composition they're doing, and having all the people there explaining to you, the team, it's really amazing. It's really like kind of a learning work, like you're working and you're learning at the same time. So yeah, it was mainly Hitchcock movie sketches and stuff. And then we go to this one. Yeah, I bought this one because the page was a little bit more, a little bit darker, and I could use the white pencil to just bring some light and shadow thing. But yeah, again, it's mainly the same thing. I was looking at movies too and trying to sketch characters. Using that kind of calligraphic pen that was giving me this sharp mark and also this thin line. I could play with both. Again, the composition stuff. That is kind of more of a sketch to me, at least to me. Like it's a way to study, and it's kind of a reference to me to kind of keep in my brain what I'm seeing. Because if I just seen it, it's sometimes difficult to just keep it like solid in your brain. Even like writing, you know, helps me to keep that memory in my mind. Especially nowadays that you have like so much stuff that you look at. You know, you open Instagram or whatever, and you have like 1,000 informations, not just images, but you know, like internet has a lot of information. So just it's just a way to not get lost in that kind of stuff. And I will keep this to the last one because I think that one is more of a sketchbook to me too. I can start with this one. The way that I see too is like it's nice to have the physical thing, but to me a sketch is a sketch, whatever it is. You can do a sketch in the stable, you can do a sketch with eraser, you can do a digital sketch. It is a sketch, is like an idea. And an idea we can make it whatever, you know, like whatever medium. So I brought like some digital ones that kind of has the same vibe that I do in paper. Sometimes I play more with silhouette. Sometimes I do both. Like here, I figure out the body, but then the legs I just like block it out. I brought this one to show how I think too. I have like this is all part of the same kind of an illustration. Like I was thinking about an idea of playing with shapes first. How like something modern rounded would contrast with more like square shapes. So I started with just playing a basic contrast and then building an idea on top of that. Like I saw some photos of I think that my friend Pedro took photos of a guy that was like fixing clocks and stuff like that. So that inspired me like to think about how can I play with that idea. And I like thought about, you know, a guy that has like a clock store, and a kid would come with like some modern things, and I would just play with this round and square contrast. When I do these kind of things, I try to think about a story or a relationship between the characters at least. I don't need to figure everything out. I don't have like a movie. I have an idea, but the idea has a story, has a relationship between people that I think that's the most interesting thing. I'm starting to play with CG more too, so I'm doing like little sketches like this. Then I go to VR and I model it, and I'm really trying to mix mediums, I guess. But the sketch is still a sketch. The same thing here. That's how my thumbnail looks like. also think on value too, where I'm gonna put more darker values, where I'm gonna put like lighter ones, where I want to the 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 reader to look at in the scene. If this works, then color will work. If this doesn't work, then it won't. Same thing here. I started with these guys here. It was stone sculptures of animals in the forest. And I was like, oh, this is really interesting. So I created like an adventure of a girl and a frog exploring that world. What if they went to a cave that is like a bear head, like made of stone? So I start with really like loose sketches like this. And also, and sometimes I play even like the characters, how I would pose the characters. You see like this one, I flip it too. You see like here is going this way, then went this way. And then I do like a sketch, there's this one, and I start to clean up like they do in animation, that you just start to clean up your sketch, but trying to maintaining the energy. Yeah, and lastly is this one. I did a card for my mom, and I normally do cards for my family. About them sometimes, about this time was about like stuff that I see a lot. My mom like watching TV, and just to see how she behaves is really interesting, and I try to capture that personality. Because to me it's really personal, like always, since like a kid, like cards is something that I always did to them. To ask them something, like to ask if they could, buy me like a toy or something, or always thanks them a lot. And like sometimes I just go, even in this is a print, but I go here and I kind of draw like how her feet is like, because it's the little things that you capture the character, like how the feet will shift and how it's posed. It everyone do that differently, so I was trying to capture this here. So.
Do you prefer digital or?
I like both. I think that digital to me works because it's faster if you have to deliver stuff, but I like to do traditional stuff too, and I like to mix. These are more recent. These I did before I went to Malta, 2019, I think. Andrea invited me to this show, and I was like, oh, I don't have good sketches to show, so maybe I need to do something. And I cleaned that up on a sketchbook so I could have like at least cool sketches to me to show. And you can see here like how that process works. So I kept the digital one here just to show. But was mainly, again, afraid of not having clean and good drawings, I think. Now I'm trying to keep this one up whatever I have time. This last year has been really bad, because I lost my dad this year. And these are pretty much old stuff, yeah, it's been tough, but we have to deal with that, and we can accept that life is like that, right?
Yeah.
This one I actually finished here to Malta. This was the last one. Some drawings are missing too, because we have like a charity thing on Brazil with the rains and stuff. And if I can help like this, and it's like something fun that I like to do, it's even better. So whenever they need, I like to help, of course. Yeah, and that was this one. And then lastly, I'm trying to be more simple, I think. Less lines, less material. Trying to be as economical as possible. It's before my dad passed away that I was still drawing a little bit. So I was like watching TV and trying to draw whatever just to unwind, because I was working, and I do this sometimes to just unwind. But when I'm working, I can do both. I can't work watching a movie, for example. I can work listening to a song, but even that sometimes it's something that I really like do a lot. so I can switch my brain a bit. If I'm painting, for example, something that is not taking too much of my attention in a way, like I don't have to think too much, then I can listen to something. But most part of the time, I work without anything. I have like that thing on the ear too, like, you know, like it's called tinnitus. It's like that sound that is like constant in your head. Most part of the time, I'm listening to music and, you know, like, or TV is on, whatever has like that sound that just keeps like my mind doesn't concentrate inside my head. Yeah, and this one I was in a festival in Brazil called Topi, and a friend of mine, Heiner, and her girlfriend Bruna asked a sketch on her sketchbook. They know how I work, so they just gave me the sketch and said like, do it in your time. So like I took the sketch at my hotel and played with some ideas. He wanted like something like a witch or something that I normally do. And turtles too, I really don't know how that appeared, but it's something that I do often. But people like it, so. And I like to do it too. And it's like it's watching a soap opera in Brazil. Sometimes, you know, like you're not watching a movie that you really need to pay attention to, so it just like can just see characters and sketch. But it's more difficult because in live drawing, you have the person there for like 1 minute or 2 minutes, but they are still. Like if you try to draw what you're seeing in a movie or even in a soap opera like this, they are always moving. So it's difficult to kind of sketch. I have some notes too. Like another sketchbook that I want to buy, and I probably have too many. Yeah, and then again more characters, and this is a character that I'm doing too, and that's it. That's the last one.
Yeah. Okay, so it's time for you to another sketch on this one.
Okay.
But you can find.
Cool.
Cool.
I kind of thought about something to draw, but I don't know if I'm gonna draw it right now. Yeah, I did a character.
When you were a kid, like, did you have like a character you always did or something?
I have a way to draw. I started copying caricature from the newspaper. So I always started to copying stuff that I liked. So I think I didn't have like specific stuff that I drew.
You're living in Brazil?
Yeah, I'm living in Brazil. I'm working as an art director remotely from there for Netflix on the tweets. If anyone from the tweets to see this, just wanna say hi. And yeah, I really like them. It's been kind of family, and my family too, like my mom and my brother and everyone.
Never thought of leaving Brazil to move?
Well, I thought in the beginning, like I still consider, you know, but as I said, like this last days been so difficult to me, and probably to everyone in my family, that I wasn't thinking about, because my dad was so ill, and that you have priorities in life, right? So my priority was taking care of my dad with my mom and my brother, and helping him going through that kind of a journey, right? You kind of think about what is important. You know, like I love to draw, and the thing that I did the most in my life, but what you express is what you live, and you can't just concentrate in one side. Life it's the whole thing. I was watching Simon Lee's lecture today, and and that was really what he said. Like an artist is not just to draw what he do. What he do is affect what he lives. And if you concentrate in one side or in the other side, you're gonna be unbalanced. So. And you have priorities in life, and these years has been taking care of my father and helping my mom.
So do you think like better art is like reflects the balance of some of the artist's life also?
I think so. What is good art too? Maybe what is good to you is not good to me. Like what is the best band in the world? That's the beauty of it. Like there's not one major one. Like of course you have like legends like Kim Jong-gi, for example, that is like it's a genius. But even him was telling the other ones to do what they want, because we have just one Kim Jong-gi, and I think that you are unique. So
we're all different.
Yeah. Done.
And sign with the Sharpie inside that outline. Good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Obrigado. Valeu.
Obrigado.